Mini episode 1077 of the FDH Lounge is brought to you by Sportsology, delivering unconventional columns and webcasts about sports, TV, music, movies, and more. Follow them on the web at sportsology.com.
The FDH Lounge. You'll want to schedule your life around it.
A long time ago, on a gloomy, wet Cleveland spring night, two men stand alone amidst the late-night drizzle. Their voices echo across the vacant station parking lot as they debate the merits of the great American radio show that have been missing for far too long. On that night, an idea was born. That idea became the FDH Lounge. Welcome to the FDH Lounge.
Welcome to FDH Lounge mini episode 1077. I'm FDH managing partner Rick Morris here with our Week 16 preview for the 2018 NFL season. Last week we went 7-8-1, bringing us to 101, 111, and 9 on the season. We went 1-2 on the Big Three and 0-1 on the lock, making us 22-23 and 7-8 on those respectively. On Saturday, two fake playoff contenders square off when the Redskins invade Nashville, getting 9.5 down from 11.5. With the Titans as inconsistent as they are, it's hard to like them in this spot, but they're also unpredictable, so they're the pick. On the other hand, it's a legit possible playoff preview when the Ravens invade the junior college soccer stadium, getting 4.5. Baltimore is hot, but the Chargers are a more complete team, hence the pick. On Sunday, it's a tough spot for Big D hosting the Bucs and laying 7.5. Tampa is bad but unpredictable. On the other hand, the Cowboys have been so much better at home, so we'll lay the points. Remember when this game was supposed to be an important one for both teams? Yeah, us either. Carolina's laying the cliche home field goal, down from 3.5 to Atlanta. This is another one where we'll take the more complete team, which is the Panthers. It's the Hugh Jackson Bowl Part 2 when the Bengals get 7.5 up from a touchdown at Cleveland. There's little here for the Browns still to play for, but they remain intent on changing their culture, so we look for a second romp over Cincy here. The Colts and the Giants? Saddle up Alan Amici and Johnny U. Well, not so much, as today it's a New Jersey team coming to Indianapolis, getting 10.5. The G-men have been better in the second half. Indy had a huge win last week, and seemingly every team in the league has had a letdown these days, so take the Road Dogs. Two of the league's green color scheme squads battle here when Green Bay comes to the Meadowlands in a pick'em game that started with the Jets laying the cliche home field goal. It's been one of the roughest years yet for Aaron Rodgers, but this will be a spot where he proves that he hasn't mailed it in yet. Now that the Nick Foles Unlikelihood Tour 2 Electric Boogaloo is underway, it doesn't get any easier here against Houston at the Link, laying 1.5 in a game that started at even. The wise guys say the last week doesn't matter in the NFL, disregard that, and take the Eagles. It's the Battle of Florida that nobody really cares about, as Miami lays 4.5 down from 5 to the Jags. Of the two, the Dolphins are the bigger fraud, so lay the points. As wound up as the Rams will be after the last 2 weeks, the league ought to make LA play shorthanded against the pathetic Cardinals. They're laying 15.5, but we're on them anyway. Some hipsters might call this a Super Bowl preview when the Squealers go to New Orleans, getting 5.5 down from 6.5. It's a short week for the Saints, but Pittsburgh is coming in off a big win and should have a letdown in this spot. There's a lot on the line for both the Chiefs and Seahawks Sunday night in the Pacific Northwest, with KC laying 2.5 up from 1. Seattle got their letdown out of the way and will get the cover here. On Christmas Eve, now there's nothing on the line for either team in what is probably the last Raiders game at the Black Hole, getting 2.5. It's Oakland's last real chance to avoid getting swept in their division, and they will take advantage of it. Now for the Big Three. New England's got one of their 6 annual thank God we're in a soft division games, this time against Buffalo, laying 2 touchdowns. The Pats need this one badly, and they will do the Bills badly. Here's an acid test for whether the Vikings can salvage anything from this season. They're laying 5.5 up from 4.5 at Detroit. It's a no man's land line, but we'll place our faith in the Vikings nonetheless. And here's the 1,000-star gold-plated lock of the millennium for NFL Week 16. The Bears look like their peak 80s form. The Niners, not so much, as they host Chi-Town, getting 4 up from 3.5. This is a borderline why ask why with the low spread, but we'll take Chicago anyway. Thank you for joining us for this mini episode of the FDH Lounge.
As we bring the show to a close, we would like to extend our deepest gratitude to NBC, CBS, ABC, Fox, all Clear Channel affiliates, TNT, TBS, USA, UPN, Deadspin.com, YouTube.com, YTMND.com, MySpace.com, various blogs, Fox News, CNN, CNBC, MSNBC, IamBoard.com, Billboard.com, Google.com, ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN News, ESPN Classic, NBA TV, NFL Network, Sports Time Ohio, Athlon Magazine, Comedy Central, Cartoon Network, The Boomerang Channel, QVC, BET, The Spice Channel, Steno Notebooks, Manwich, Papermate Office Supplies, waitresses, strippers, bartenders, garbage men, janitors, microwave popcorn, the writers of The Office, Scrubs, Entourage, My Name is Earl, Oz, Metalocalypse and the Boondocks, Aquafina, and the periodic table of elements.